The names are made up, but the problems are real.
It was Friday, 10:23 p.m., and the rains continued to pelt down on the weekending New Yorkers. It had gotten so bad, the potholes on 8th Avenue were filling with water and being rented as community swimming pools. I was working the night watch out of Mathnet. The chief is Joe Greco. My partner is George Frankley. My name is Tuesday. I'm a mathematician. A mathematician out of town for the weekend. Way out of town. George and I were on a mystery weekend where everyone takes part in acting out a fake crime. George was playing Sherlock Kondo, the captain of the weekend, and I was Dr. Watson, his associate. We were about to have dinner and get acquainted with the other players when we noticed that a woman named Kitty Feline had not come down to dinner. Then we heard a scream. We rushed to Kitty's room, but Kitty wasn't there.
What's this? A news clipping. The headline reads, "Kitty Cat found innocent."
I thought she said her name was Kitty Feline.
The story continues. At 8 o'clock today, Kitty Cat walked through the halls of justice, a free woman, exonerated from her accused crime of libel in Grover, Cleveland.
Where is she, this Kitty Cat or Kitty Feline or whomever?
Then I noticed that something had been written across the clipping.
It reads, "Justice will be done."
Sounds rather ominous, doesn't it, Dr. Watson?
Hey, man, look. A blindfolded lady with no dog.
Miles found a statue of blind justice, and we returned to dinner to ask questions. None of the players admitted knowing Barton Big, the game's missing host. An ex-kid show host named Wally Wallaby said,
I still think we should call the police.
What? And ruin the game? I think a good night's rest might help us each. Good night, troops.
Good night.
We had no sooner settled in for the night when...
What was that scream?
we determined that the scream had come from Colonel Wiggins' room.
Empty. Hello. Another clipping.
It reads, "Wigston is freed. At exactly 10:03, Lieutenant Colonel Ashby Wigston left federal court a free man after having been found innocent of the charge of stealing rare coins."
My partner reluctantly agreed to call the local cops.
Hello, operator. I'd like the police. Hello? Hello? Well, lucky me.
What?
The phone is dead.
George, where have you been?
Guess what, Cat?
It's raining.
Tried to start my car. The battery's dead.
So maybe someone has some jumper cables.
NG. Wouldn't do any good anyway. I walked down the road, and the bridge is out.
We're isolated.
Yep. Cut off from the outside world. Can't get help till after this storm ends. We should wake the others and tell them.
Why? What good would it do? Let them sleep.
Is there anything I can get for you before I retire?
Oh, it's you, Peeves.
We didn't hear you come in.
I didn't mean to startle.
Let me ask you something, Peeves.
Sir,
In the past, when you've had mystery weekends here at the Qualms,
I know nothing about mystery weekends, but this is certainly not the Qualms.
It isn't.
No, this is Wits End.
Wits End?
I fear you made a wrong turn. The Qualms is one mountaintop over. To the left.
well then, who are these people?
I don't know, sir.
Who owns this manor house?
I don't know that either, miss. I have been the sole servant at Wits End for 15 years.
You've never met your employer?
No.
Is he or she ever here?
He. And yes, occasionally, but he's very reclusive. He leaves money and lists of things to take care of. He communicates with me only by written note.
And what were your instructions for this weekend?
to prepare the house for 6 guests. He was to arrive tomorrow at noon, but of course, with this storm, he may not get through.
So you prepared the house for 6?
Yes, which is why I appeared a bit surprised when you arrived, making guests 7 and 8.
Boy, did I take a wrong turn.
But now that you are here, you're most welcome, I'm sure. Excuse me.
Oh, Pete! Is there a basement in this house?
No, sir, it's built on rock ledge.
Any secret rooms where the 2 kidnapped guests might be kept?
No.
Oh, one more thing. Do you know anything about this?
Only that there have been 6 of those statues on that bookcase as long as I've been here.
You're sure there were 6?
Positive. Good evening.
And then there were 3.
Only 2 guests disappeared.
And a statue was found in each of their rooms.
That's 5. So where's the 6th statue?
Beats me. Who could be kidnapping the guests?
Well, I can tell you who couldn't. Now, look. When we heard Colonel Wiggins scream, you saw Amanda in the green room and Miles in the blue room.
So they would seem to be innocent.
Wally said he saw Sally, and Sally saw Wally. I saw no one, and no one saw me.
I think you're okay, Pard.
If everyone's telling the truth, no one could have been out here in the hall without being seen by someone.
Yes, but Sally and Wally don't have a corroborative witness.
Right. Nobody else saw them.
What if they're in cahoots?
They could be the culprits. Wally's gone.
Kind of knocks holes in our Sally-Wally conspiracy theory.
Yeah. Another news clipping. Waffle walks.
Waffle?
Another name change. That was the headline. The story reads, Wallace Waffle was found innocent of bank robbery and walked away a free man at 11:05 today.
Someone's written justice will be done.
At least he had a big closet, too. What do you got, Pard?
The missing statue.
Just searched the whole house, high and low, even the attic. There's no sign of any of them.
Did you look under the bed, man? I mean, sometimes cats hide under the bed, man.
One thing is clear. We're gonna have to stick together.
You mean there's power in numbers?
I mean, if we're the only ones left and we stay together, nothing will happen to anyone else.
Then comes the dawn, the weather clears, and we'll be able to get outside help.
Looks different from the tic-tac-toe I remember as a barefoot boy with cheek of tan.
Yes. I'm sure the one you played was 2-dimensional. This game adds a 3rd dimension. Depth.
Interesting.
So, you guys are with Mathnet, huh? I love that show, man.
Thanks. And yes, we are. But
We all may be in a great deal of danger.
Danger is my middle name. Ha! I can take care of myself.
Nonetheless, we should stick together. But let's ask a few questions.
for example, these are invitations the 3 missing guests received from an anonymous host. Each reads, "Come to Wits End next Friday and watch justice be done."
Maybe Peeve knows more about this than he's saying.
George, you're not saying the butler did it.
No, of course not. Peeve's a gentleman's gentleman. But first things first. Did all 3 of you receive similar invitations?
Yeah, that's the reason I'm here, man. I mean, I don't crash casuals or kidnappings.
These invitations, however, are addressed to Kitty Cat, Colonel Ashby Wigston, and Wallace Waffle, not the names they gave to us.
No, but those were the names that were mentioned in the newspaper articles.
So what?
So, we'd like to see your invitations. Miles Reed?
Present, Teach.
Your invitation is addressed to...
Miles to go. I know. So I changed my name, okay?
And Sally Storm?
Sally Stoop. So what?
Amanda Plonk?
Amanda Wine.
You all changed your names?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's time to play. What do we know?
I don't think I've ever done that show.
We know that 3 people have disappeared.
And we know that all 3 changed their names
We know that all 3 were accused of crimes.
and found innocent of them.
And we know.
That we don't know why they've been kidnapped.
Hey, man, we don't even know why any of us is at this gig.
What?
He said they don't know why they're here.
Yes. Why did you come?
Because the invitation was sent to a name that I haven't used for years. So?
I felt the same.
Yes.
Well, they nailed it. I mean, you know, if somebody's gonna go through my dirty laundry, I wanna know who and why.
Let's think. Was each of you accused of a crime in the past?
Yeah.
Was each of you found innocent?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was each of you tried under your real name?
Yeah.
Was each of your cases played up in the newspapers and on TV?
Man, mine was the reason for expanded local news coverage.
And after the notoriety, you changed your names?
Yes. Well, even though I was found innocent, I felt that my career had been beclouded by all of that publicity.
I was afraid that my game show career could be over. I had to change my name to get a new start, even though I was found innocent.
It's sad but true, man. I mean, I changed my name, and I had to go from tenor to alto sax just to hide out.
The names are a pattern. Maybe you all have something else in common.
And if so, we can figure out who is after you.
And why?
You all went to trial. Did you each face the same judge?
Oh, mine's name was Larry.
Curly.
No. Different judges. Okay. How about the same defense attorney?
I think it was Tinker.
Evers.
Chance.
Nothing. How about the prosecutor?
DA's name was Patty.
Maxine.
And Levine.
There must be another pattern. Who invited them here? Who wants them kidnapped?
Well, if you'll excuse me, I will away and see if Peeved can brew us some more tea.
Good idea, man.
I just noticed. These 3 invitations were mailed from Sullivan County.
From here?
Uh-huh. Maybe Peeved mailed them and wrote them.
Maybe Peeve knows more than he's telling.
It's Peeved! He's...
George, is he...
I'll say he is. He's been knocked out cold.